Hello, this is Scott, Franchiseinsight.net. Hope you are having a great day. Today I'm going to talk about site selection and just location in general. So obviously big brands have analytics companies that go into a market and they get a very thorough understanding of headcount, length of residency, levels of income, all those good things before they award a business or a franchise to be placed in a specific market. Some brands will actually use as a strategy placing their location within a better known brand so that they can just get spillover business from that brand because the other brand has, either been around so long, people love it, they spend more money on marketing. So other people just kind of come in and try to capitalize on that. So that's really just kind of fluff stories there. The more important story for you is that as you make this investment or look to make this investment, that you get a thorough understanding of how site selection, or if this is a business that, maybe it's a marketing services business and you get awarded a geography, or it's a home services business and you get a geography. I get a thorough understanding of how did they come up with the number. Why is the maximum number 250,000 and the minimum 50, for example? And just my opinion is I would be very cautious if you are looking at a market and you're on the lower end of where they define that, these are the, typically the story is this. We find that successful locations are in markets from 50,000 to 250,000. Well, you don't have to be great with numbers to kind of get your head around the fact that more people is probably better. And my opinion is that I would be very cautious jumping into a business purchase if you're on the lower end of their minimum spectrum. But back to the challenge to the franchisor, where I would get a thorough understanding of how is the selection done, is what kind of data team was used to come up with site selection, where, if it's a little bit more of a mature brand, where are you seeing successes, which locations are successful. It'd be great to understand, are the more successful locations, what's the head count in those areas? What's the people count in a certain area versus the ones that aren't successful? That could be a big indicator of why that lower threshold is not ideal. So that's one part of this. The other part would be what's going on in your area. Have you sat down? Have you gone down to City Hall? Have you gone to council meetings? Do you understand that if you're about to buy into a lease or take on a lease of 3 to 5 years or more in a strip mall, what's going on with the roadways? Are they pretty much solid? There's nowhere to grow, widen, or rework traffic. I mean, if it's a mature location, then you're not going to run into that. But if you're in a new area, what's the 3 to 5 year plan look like? So as you get in and you start building this brand, the last thing you want to do is have to move it and then have people come follow you to a new location. But more importantly, you want to make sure that there's no road impediments that all of a sudden, people can't turn as easily into the location that you're looking at. So getting a good understanding of, exactly what does the infrastructure build look like over the next 3 to 5 years. And I would sit down. Council people are great. They always want to kind of share what's going on. And my experience has been that anyway. But I would say visit with the folks at City Hall and on council to understand what is the plan look like. What does the plan look like in your area? So I bring all of this up because, again, as you look at the challenges business is going to bring anyway, that, the last thing you really want to run into is being in a market where you've got really not a great location, or you're in a market that really doesn't have the right head count to support the type of business that you're getting in. Maybe it's home services, maybe it's a marketing solution that you're selling and there's just not enough businesses to sell to, or there's not enough people that really are going to latch on to the home service. Now, if you're in an area that's growing like crazy, then those are things to look at, obviously. But my goal here, if you end up booking a call with me to discuss your unique buying opportunity, and then we go into a deeper dive session, my goal is to help navigate some of these types of elements in your decision making, so that you can decide that this is either the right decision for you, or maybe it's not. Maybe there was another brand or concept you looked at that after we go through some of our discussion points, you realize, maybe I need to go back to that other brand. There were some things a little bit more solid about that other one, or that other brand that I looked at. So that's the point in this exercise. It's to bet on the model that has the greatest likelihood of success, just like you would with about anything you do in your life. As you make a decision, which car is going to perform the best for me, which neighborhoods where I want to live and gets me close to grocery stores and to schools, etc. So this is just to as best you're able. Nothing's 100%, but as best you are able, make the decision that leads to the greatest likelihood of success. So as always, thanks for hanging in. Appreciate you listening to this, and hopefully you got something of value. I look forward, if you are in the market to buy a franchise or have recently purchased a franchise, I look forward to you visiting with me, a 5 to 10 minute call to discuss this buying opportunity, and then just see where it goes from there. So come visit me, franchiseinsight.net. My name's Scott. Thanks for checking in on me today.